Well, Louisiana is a small state, hits way above our weight in visitors because of our culture, our food, our music, our 400 fairs and festivals, Mardi Gras. There's always something new and exciting to do. You won't be bored in Louisiana. But the thing I think is you'll find most special, it's our people. And I feel that love and passion here in India. The people welcome you like your family. You will leave Louisiana with a friend for life. So that warm and fuzzy feeling you get when you come and visit, besides the great food and culture and music, you'll meet a friend for life. And that's really special in Louisiana. And I feel the same way here in India. I think the passion for life people have here in India is the same thing we have in Louisiana. And our food, the spicy, the Tabasco sauce, it's spicy, eating some hot foods here. So I think you'll find the cuisine very unique and similar in the spices. And the music, so many different styles of music, zydeco, jazz, blues, pop. We've got it all in Louisiana, so everyone will find something that is special to them. Well, we came up with that slogan a few years back because in Louisiana, you can feed your soul with music, with food, with fishing. We tell people you can fish anywhere. You catch fish in Louisiana. It's a unique experience where you can go out and catch fish, bring them in, and they'll cook them up at your local restaurant and serve you your catch that night. So it's a unique experience you don't get anywhere else. But that warm and feeling you get in Louisiana, you feed your soul with so many unique experiences like nowhere else in the world.
We work in Louisiana with Office of Tourism. We look for emerging markets and markets that are interested in Louisiana. And really about in 2017, we saw a trend that there were more Indian travelers coming to Louisiana. In fact, between 2017 and 2018 today, it's increased about 53%. And so we knew something was going on. We've always had a rich Indian culture in Louisiana, but we knew that we were getting more and more travelers. Last year, we noticed that Indian travelers spent $19 million in Louisiana, and that's great. And we were thinking, wow, there's something to this. So we came over here, we did some focus groups to try to understand what Indian travelers were looking for and understand what we could do to promote Louisiana more. And I think that's when we found out that there's so many similarities to Louisiana and India. A love of food, music, and festivals. And so we wanted to come here to really promote that and share the message about Louisiana because we're an easy through the gateways of Dallas and Houston and Atlanta. We're just an hour away. So just within an hour, you can get to our unique destination. We think we have probably the most unique destination in all of the U.S. That's the one thing we notice, our again, looking back at our love of food. I think, much like Indians, we love to eat, and we have unique dishes that can be found nowhere else. We love it a little spicy. Like I said, we created hot sauce in Louisiana. Tabasco was created there, and we knew there was something to it. We knew there was a friendliness of the people of India that we find back home in Louisiana that you don't find anywhere else. And the festivals, the music, there's so much in common. It's very interesting. I think we have so much in common, but our differences make us unique because we want to travel back and forth. But when we get there, we feel like, hey, this is a little bit like home. Well, we have that's very interesting because we're known for things like our Creole tomato. We have a Creole tomato festival, and so we make wonderful salads with our tomatoes, and it goes into many of our dishes. I mentioned earlier there's a unique Louisiana dish called corn machu, and it derives from the Native Americans, and then the Cajuns moved to Louisiana and made it a little spicy. It's like a smothered corn dish that everybody has on their plate. And then we do an oyster Rockefeller, but we also do Rockefeller. It does not have oysters in it, but it has the same flavors in it. So we have a rich vegetarian culture too. We do heavy on seafood. We're not heavy into the meat side. We love our seafood, but we do have so many places along the way that we celebrate both vegetarian food as well as some of the great fruits that are grown in Louisiana, such as strawberries and peaches and oranges.
Well, I would absolutely encourage you guys to stay at our luxury hotels when coming to New Orleans. We have amazing boutique properties that are locally owned, as well as really well-known brands. And you're gonna find as soon as you're not even gonna open the door yourself, you're gonna be welcomed immediately by someone welcoming you into the lobby and escorting you around. We found very similar, exchanges here in India. And so from the moment that you arrive, you'll be kind of swept off your feet and get to enjoy the destination. And then you go and you sit at a local bar or you eat at a local restaurant, and any bartender or waiter and waitress will tell you exactly what they love to do in New Orleans. And you're gonna find that they love to customize anything for you, specifically with dietary restrictions or particular eating habits. We love to be able to make those adjustments to make sure it's catered to you and make sure you feel welcome and comfortable. The Indian restaurants have grown recently. There's about 4 or 5. One of the most well-known is Saffron. It's located on Magazine Street, which is where there's a number of boutiques and cafes. It's a great place to stroll. It's a luxury dining establishment, and you have a family who's been there in New Orleans for generations but has the direct history from India, and they are doing amazing things with their dishes and kind of have their own take, incorporating some of New Orleans with the traditional Indian dishes as well. We have some smaller, more easygoing atmospheres for their other Indian restaurants with great personalities as well. The festival in New Orleans that everyone knows is Mardi Gras. So it always kicks off carnival season January 6th, and it continues and it falls Mardi Gras Day, either February or March each year. It changes depending on the Easter calendar. So Fat Tuesday is Mardi Gras Day, and it always falls the day before Ash Wednesday. Next year in 2025, New Orleans will be hosting Mardi Gras Day on March 4th. And it's actually 2 weeks leading up to Mardi Gras Day where all the festivities take place. So that's what we're most well known for. 2 other major festivals include New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, which always happens the last weekend in April, first weekend in May. You have local and national acts that come in, as well as some of the most amazing food you can only find at that festival in particular. And then one of my other favorites is French Quarter Festival, which takes place in the middle of April. It's actually a free festival, so anybody can go and enjoy it. It takes over the entire French Quarter neighborhood. And again, of course, we're celebrating our local live music, our local cuisine, and you're finding things that you can only find once a year at that festival at French Quarter Fest. New Orleans has the only international airport in the state of Louisiana, and so we have a handful of different nonstop direct flights. The one that would work closest for you guys is on British Airways. So British Airways connects New Orleans directly to London. So I got to Mumbai from going to New Orleans, London, Mumbai, and I'll be traveling back home from Delhi from going to Delhi, London, and New Orleans. So it really cuts your trip in half. It's about 9 to 10 hour legs each way, and it's a really accessible way to come visit India. My New Orleans is electric. It's magical. It's turning a corner and stumbling upon live music on the streets, or it's going into a new restaurant or bar and finding a different taste that you haven't had before. It's walking out to Mardi Gras parades and experiencing them as a young child or as someone of an older generation. It's accessible and welcoming for people of all ages, and it really just is so joyful and a fantastic, unique destination. It feels like a little piece of Europe in America. Quite charming, great for honeymooners, great for families and all generations.